So today I wanted to make a video giving you guys some information about myself with this channel and Call of Duty. It is safe to say that earlier versions of this video were a lot more harsh and rageful, but I definitely settled on this one, or at least hopefully will settle on this one and post it for you guys to hear. So Call of Duty on the channel is pretty much going to be non-existent. We may cover Black Ops 7 and maybe we come back for Modern Warfare 4 next year, but I have no desire to make content, dedicate my time to a game that clearly does not respect its own player base with how they want to post updates, what they want to sell as new content, and stuff like that. Now, I guess you could say the biggest one that broke me was the Season 4 update. Now, you can call me late to the party, and I know a lot of people feel similar to me over the past, but this past update for a AAA studio was completely unacceptable. They launched it, and it was utterly broken. But don't worry, everything else was, when it came to buying your skins and stuff like that, perfectly fine. When every single seasonal update is almost guaranteed to break the game, clearly the devs need to look themselves in a mirror and ask, are we doing enough? And for management and stuff like that, are you doing enough to make sure this game is a quality game? And clearly the answer as of now, at least it has been for at least felt like a little bit, no. The quality of Call of Duty is abysmal and terrible, and all they really are there to do is exist so they can take your money from microtransactions and battle pass stuff. Another part of the update that really irked me was the new weapons. If you guys don't know, the LC-10 SMG and the FFAR are the new weapons. But the big problem here is that both of these are reprisal weapons from the past. The SMG, not so much because we haven't had it in a little bit, but the FFAR literally last year was packaged as a new weapon for a seasonal update and shipped. Now, what they wanted to do here was literally repackage the model, mess up the iron sights, and say, here's a new gun that's turning from the past, enjoy, and here's a whole new set of skins you want to buy for this version of the FFAR that's different from the exact same looking FFAR from Modern Warfare 3. That type of practice stuff, just no, you won't catch me making content explaining why the FFAR is abysmally broken, because it is right now. It's not worth it, because clearly they value just nonsense and not quality for their game. Shit like this from the franchise, especially with the advanced movement from the past, is the reason why I dedicated and fell in love with Rainbow Six Siege. When Siege launched, it had its issues, but during that time, Call of Duty was in a terrible place, and I could see the devs somewhat value the player base there, and clearly now it's pretty evidently clear that they do value the player base. It's crazy to say that because we have to acknowledge that Ubisoft is Ubisoft, and we should always take them with a grain of salt no matter what they do. It is insane to say that Ubisoft clearly values their player base, especially for a shooter like Rainbow Six Siege, way more than Microsoft and Activision does with Call of Duty. We'll talk about the Microsoft acquisition, but I think it's safe to say that it is killing the franchise the same way Halo and Gears and all these different established franchises Xbox has been killed themselves. But yeah, repackaging weapons already in the game as new ones and selling it off as a content update and basically just a different gun, but it's the same exact gun, that's another thing too far for me to accept. And then on top of that, like, these weapons are so broken, what they really want you to do is pay for the black sellers so you have access to instant unlock these and use it right away, which is a $30 fee. Or if you guys buy the $10 version, you will ideally, potentially, they feel the urge to spend money on the battle pass tiers, so you use COD points to get the tiers, to get the weapon so you can use it as soon as possible, because trying to get it over a course of a week while playing at a massive disadvantage, it's just terrible practices. And again, they value taking money from you rather than making a quality game. Now, we'll talk a little bit of Black Ops 7 here. Another reason I've been extremely is the fact that, for one, we have no information, no reveal on the next game. Microsoft's marketing strikes again. For some reason, they want to do shitty marketing again, but we'll see how things go on that end. It looks like we're going to advanced movement system. So Black Ops 7 sounds like it's pretty much a sequel to Black Ops 2 from the past. It's going to take place, I guess, at 2035. Have a shit ton of reprisal maps, remastered maps from Black Ops 2. But the catch here is we should be seeing advanced movement stuff. So we're talking like the Black Ops 3 advanced movement things. I hated that period of time. I could be in the minority, but I know a lot of people did not like that. I was pretty vocal, and people were pretty vocal about how terrible the advanced movement felt, and they really want to go back to Call of Duty at its roots. So if they're gonna do shit like that, then I'm not buying the game. There's no point of wasting my money if I don't care about what they're bringing forth. So yeah, Black Ops 7 seemingly will have advanced movement and return to a very interesting time for the franchise. I don't know why, don't know who wants that, but we'll see how things go on that end, but it's just not for me. And then finally, let's just mention the Microsoft Activision acquisition. This was something that when it happened, I was like, oh shit, this is potentially pretty bad for Call of Duty, because Microsoft, specifically Xbox, is ran like a circus. Like, there is no undercutting how terrible Xbox is ran. Yes, Game Pass is a great consumer-friendly service, but hardware sales, abysmal. The only games really coming out from Xbox that are notable have been from Bethesda, and for the most part, Bethesda has had their own sense of self-publishing integrity and, you know, have been mostly good. I know Starfield was an exception to a degree, maybe abysmal to some people. I didn't really play it, but the Doom games have been phenomenal. I'm really excited to play Doom The Dark Ages when I get a chance to, and then other stuff. Bethesda, yes, is the only bright spot to Xbox's portfolio besides like Forza. They acquired Call of Duty for $70 billion, basically, because it's the only reason they would spend that amount of money for Activision itself. And I feel like, besides Bobby Kotick being a terrible human being and a piece of shit, and I'm glad he's out, it's crazy to see that somehow, some way, things seemed to be better under him when it comes to the quality of the product. Now, I'm not going to speak for behind the scenes and, you know, work environment and things like that, because we know the horror stories from what happened underneath Bobby Kotick there, but the quality of the game is terrible. It's just screaming what Microsoft and Xbox let 343 do to Halo and still doing to Halo. I don't know. I'm really hoping Battlefield nails it, but we'll see on that end. But yeah, Call of Duty on this channel is done. I'm just not going to waste my time. Going to be focusing a lot more on Siege, a lot more on Battlefield, and continue our stuff with Destiny. If me as a player feels no desire to play your game because one of the biggest things that is coming out of it seems to be that you don't respect the player's time and the, you know, value in your player base besides monetary stuff, I frankly will not support you. Bungie has their own issues to a degree, but I never felt that monetization was affecting the quality of the game. I just felt like they were always in a interesting battle, tug of war between the top and the bottom, you know, the devs and executives of how much should we give our players and things like that. But yeah, just, I know you could say I'm late to the party, but I'm done with Call of Duty. So yeah, leave your thoughts down below on your experiences with Call of Duty right now. If you guys want to share your thoughts on how you may be feeling, maybe you're like me and you just clicked on this video and say, hey, I wonder what he has to say here. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. But besides that, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop the video a like, helps the video a ton. And of course, for more content from myself, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when I do drop more content. But until next time, thank you guys for watching. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.